The following content is rated A for awesome. Viewer discretion is advised. Keep in mind, this is just reading Das Bibli, right? So, any opinions that you do not like, please take it up with the people that wrote this Bible. I'm just reading it and interpreting it by what it says. So, if you do not like it, again, take it up with the people that wrote it. Because, America. And I can think what the fuck I want. Even if my family don't like it or you don't like it, I can think it. So, with that out of the way, take your pills, pack your bowl, happy wake big. Now, let's read Las Bibli. So, we are now on Samuel 18, right here. Okay. Now, when David had finished speaking to Saul, when Daniel had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was bound to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Isn't this soulmate? This is what happens with a man and a woman when they fall in love. Love at first sight. Soulmates. Okay? There's Kung Fu word magic. People use Kung Fu word magic like, no, it means their souls are entwined to become one. Yes, like husband and wife. Right? You don't need Kung Fu word magic to know Jonathan fell in love with David. So Saul took him that day and would not let him return to his father's house. Why doesn't he know this is the guy that plays his guitar? But okay. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David. With David? Why can't I read? Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as his own soul. So Jonathan made a promise. Is this what this means, promise? We went all this time reading this and never defined covenant. Is a covenant between that her name was never to be mentioned. Compact, treaty, pact, accord, deal, bargain, settlement. Okay. So Jonathan made a deal with David. Like, I will never love anyone else. You are my only love. Right? Jonathan stripped himself of the robe he was wearing and gave it to David. His armor, even his sword, his bow, and his belt. So Jonathan gets buck-ass naked in the middle of a battlefield for David. How is this not gay? How is this not gay? Hey, there's a bazillion people. Let me get naked and give you my clothes. I'm subservient to you. So he's the wife. How is this not gay? Okay. David went out and was successful wherever Saul sent him. As a result, Saul set him over the army, all the people, even the servants even the servants of Saul approved. Hold on. So David said, okay, so then everybody was like, hey, yeah, good job. As they were coming home, when David returned from killing the Philistine, the women Oh yeah, this, oh, yeah, this. And the women sang to one another as they made merry. Saul has killed thousands and David 10,000s. The song starts the whole fucking thing right here. Listen, the song. Saul was very angry for this saying. It displeased him, and he said, they have ascribed to David 10,000s and me thousands. What more can he have but the kingdom? So Saul eyed David from that day on. The next day, an evil spirit from God, so God has evil, rushed upon Saul, and he raved within his house, while David was playing the guitar, as he did day by day, and Saul had a spear in his hand, and Saul threw the spear, for he thought, I'll pin David to the wall. But David eluded him twice. Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him and departed from Saul. So Saul removed him from his presence and made him a commander of 1,000. David marched out and came in, leading the army. David had success in all his undertakings, for the Lord was with him. When Saul saw that he had great success, he stood in awe of him. But all Israel and Judah loved David, for it was he who marched out and leaded them and came in lead. So he let him out and let him in. And then Saul said to David, here is my elder daughter, Merab. I will give her to you as a wife. Only be valiant for me and fight the Lord's battles. For Saul thought, I ain't gonna do shit. The Philistines can. So David said to Saul, who am I and my kinsfolk, my father's family, that I should be son-in-law to the king? But at that time, Saul's daughter Merab should have been given to David. She was given to Adriel as a wife. Now Saul's daughter Michal, but we're calling her Michal, loved David, Saul was told, and the thing pleased him. Saul thought, yeah, this daughter of mine, she is not exactly shit, but she's shit. So yeah, she'll make David's life hell. Oh yeah. Uh, so Saul commanded. Okay. Saul Where am I in life? Okay. Saul commanded his servants, speak to David in private and say, see, the king is delighted with you, and all his servants love you. Now, then, become the king's son-in-law. So Saul's servants reported these words to David in private. And David said, do you know what it's like? I don't, it seems so small to you. But I'm a little dude, man. I'm a little dude. And I don't want this. So the servants of Saul told him, this is what David said. And then Saul was like, tell him I don't want nothing. He's my guitar player. He can marry my daughter. See, this right here it makes it seem like David don't want to marry a girl. Because remember, David and Jonathan are in love. So it seems like David is making up excuses because he doesn't want to marry a girl. Okay. Hold on. Okay. And then Saul said, don't worry about it. Go give me 100. Go kill some Philistines and bring me 100 of their peckers. That's what it was. He said, go get a bunch of their dicks, and then you can bring that to me for a wedding present. So David's like, okay. So David rose and went out along with his men and killed 100 of the Philistines and brought their peckers back, which were given in full number to the king. So David brought Saul 1,100 dicks. In full number. So, okay. But when Saul realized that the Lord was with David and that Michal loved him, keep this in mind also, okay? Michal is supposed to be obsessed with David and she loves him. Saul was still more afraid of David. So Saul was David's enemy from that time forward. Then the commanders of the Philistines came out to battle. As often as they came out, David had more success than all the servants of Saul. So his name became very great. What's up? She's staring at me. It's creeping me out. Are you just so comfortable? She's making my arm hurt. She's at all of her ass weight right here. Like my hand is holding her back and like she's pressed all the way against my arm. I wish you could see it, but my webcam is all the way up there. But my hand is like literally 2 inches below this in the middle of her fat ass back. Okay. So 1 Samuel 19. Paul spoke with his son Jonathan. Here we go with this gay shit. Hold on. Saul spoke with his son Jonathan and with all his servants about killing David. But Saul's son Jonathan took great delight in David because they're in love, they're soulmates. Jonathan told David, my dad's trying to kill you. Therefore, be on guard tomorrow morning. Stay in a secret place and hide yourself. I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will speak to my father about you. Go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will tell my dad about you. So So Jonathan spoke well of David to his father, saying, "The king should not sin against this servant David, because he has not sinned against you, because his deeds have been good. For he took his life in his hand when he attacked the Philistines. The Lord brought about a great victory for all Israel. You saw it and rejoiced. Why then will you sin against an innocent person by killing David without cause?" Like the fuck, dude. Saul heeded the voice of Jonathan and swore, "As the Lord lives, he shall not be put to death." So Jonathan called David and related these things to him. Jonathan then brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence as before. Here we go. Again, there was war, and David went out to fight against the Philistines. He launched a heavy attack on them so they fled before him. Then an evil spirit from the Lord came upon Saul as he sat in his house with his spear in his hand while David was playing the guitar. Saul sought to pin David to the wall with a spear again. He did this again. This is again. But he eluded Saul again, so that he struck the spear in the wall. David fled and escaped. Saul sent messengers to David's house to keep watch over him, planning to kill him in the morning. David's wife, Michal, told him, "If you do not save your life tonight, tomorrow you will be killed." So remember, okay? Remember, she helps him, okay? She loves him, couldn't live without him, and she's trying to save him. Keep that in mind. So Michal let David down through the window. He fled away and escaped. Michal took an idol, laid it on the bed. She put a net of goat's hair on its head and covered it with clothes. Okay, so she's got a mannequin, and then she just stuck goat hair. So he must really have, like, a Jufro. When Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, "This guy is no good." Then Saul sent the messengers to see David for themselves. He said, "Bring that little motherfucker here. Bring him here. Bring him here." Right? When the messengers came in, the mannequin was on the bed with the hair. So Saul said, "Michal, what the fuck?" And Michal answered, was like, "He asked me nicely." Now David fled and escaped. He came to Samuel at Ramah and told him all that Saul had done. He and Samuel went and settled in Naioth. Saul was told, "David is at Naioth in Ramah." Then Saul sent messengers to take David. When they saw the company of the prophets in a frenzy with Samuel standing in charge of them, the Spirit of God came upon the messengers, and they also fell into a prophetic frenzy. When Saul was old, he sent other messengers, and they also fell into a frenzy. Saul sent messengers again the third time, and they also fell in a frenzy. Then he himself went to Ramah. He came to the great well that is in Seku, and he asked, "Where's Samuel and David?" And someone said, Naayas in Ramah. And he went there, and the Spirit of God came upon him as he was going. He fell into a prophetic frenzy until he came to Nayath and Ramah. He too stripped off his clothes and fell into a frenzy before Samuel. He lay naked, so he was bucket naked, all that day and all that night. Therefore it is said, is Samuel also among the prophets? This is so stupid though. Why? Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's go to the next one. Okay. 1 Samuel chapter 20. Here we go. David fled from Naioth and Ramah. He came to Jonathan and said, "What the fuck, dude? What did I do? Man, how have I sinned again? What did I do to your dad? He's trying to kill me, dude." And Jonathan said, "What? No. My dad would have told me, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? No way. Nope. My dad would have told me." And David was like, "I swear, promise. I promise on your beautiful face. My father knows that you love me, and he thinks, do not let Jonathan know, or he will be grieved. But truly, I swear on your beautiful face, I swear on your beautiful face, there is but a step between me and death. This should be death and I. There's just a step between death and I." Shut up, Nikki. I'm shutting up. Shut up. And then Jonathan's like, okay. I will do for you. This is a slightly stupid song. I will do for you. Uh, I will do for you whatever. No, what you want me to. Yeah, this is a slightly stupid song. I will do for you. David said to Jonathan, "Tomorrow is the new moon, and I should be with your dad. But let me go so I can hide in a field until the third evening. If your father misses me at all, say, David wanted to go to Bethlehem. There's a yearly sacrifice there for all the family. I want to know when this new moon became a festival, because it wasn't. It didn't start as a festival. As a matter of fact, one of the rules is you're not supposed to do anything for the moon or the sun. You're not supposed to do any of that. If he says, good, may it be well. But if he is angry, then no, evil has been determined by him." Therefore, deal kindly, for you have brought your servant into a sacred covenant with you. We made love. But if there is guilt in me, kill me yourself. Why should you take me to your dad? Jonathan said, What? No. If I knew that my dad wanted to kill you, would I not tell you? Right? I would tell you. Then David said, Who will tell me if your father answers harshly? And Jonathan said, Come, let us go into the field. So they both went out into the field. How is this not gay? Jonathan said to David, By the Lord God of Israel, when I have sounded out my father, about this time tomorrow, or on the third day, you said the third day, it'll be the third day. If he is well disposed towards David, shall I not then send and disclose it to you? Disclose. Oh, I would tell you. But if my father intends to do you harm, the Lord do so to stop Jonathan, and more also, if I do not disclose it to you, and send you away, so you may go in safety. May the Lord be with you, as he has been with my father. Little do you know, if I am still alive, show me the faithful love of the Lord. But if I die, never cut off your faithful love from my house. Even if the Lord were to cut off every one of the enemies of David from the face of the earth. Thus, Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying, May the Lord seek out the enemies of David. Okay. Jonathan made David swear again by his love for him, for he loved him as well as he loved his own life. How is this not gay? How is this not gay? And do why are Christians like, don't be gay? Have you ever read the fucking Bible? Your king is gay. Okay. Why do you hate gay people? Because Paul said something? Paul hasn't read his Bible either, obviously. Or they're just so prejudiced they refuse to believe it. They do kung fu word magic. Oh, this is like brotherly love. No, this is like husband and wife love. Okay. Jonathan said to him, Tomorrow is the new moon. You will be missed because your place will be empty. On the day after tomorrow, you shall go a long way down. Go to the place where you hid yourself earlier and remain beside the stone there. I will shoot 3 arrows to the side of it, as though I shot a mark. Then I will send a boy saying, Go find the arrows. If I say to the boy, Look, the arrows are on the side of you, collect them. Then you are to come, for as the Lord lives, it is safe for you, and there is no danger. But if I say to the man, Look, the arrows are beyond you, then go, for the Lord has sent you away. Mm-mm-mm. But as for the matter about which you and I have spoken, the Lord is witness between you and me forever. They're married. David hid himself in the field. When the new moon came, the king sat at the feast to eat. The king sat upon his seat as at other times. Upon the seat by the wall, Jonathan stood while Abner sat at Saul's side. But David wasn't there. Okay, so David wasn't there. Saul did not say anything that day, for he thought, something's wrong with him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. But on the second day, after the new moon, David's place was empty, and Saul said to his son Jonathan, "What the fuck? Where's David?" And Jonathan said, David wanted to go to Bethlehem because he said, "Fuck you, you're trying to kill him." He did not say that, but he should have. He said, "Let me go, for our family is holding a sacrifice, and my brother commanded me to go there. So now, if I have found favor in your sight, let me go and see my brothers." For this reason he did not come to the king's table. Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Saul's going to tell him some shit, right? Then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said to him, "You son of a perverse, rebellious woman, do I not know that you have chosen the son of Jesse to be your own shame?" Look, right here, Saul is saying, "Don't I know you guys are gay? Don't I know you chose David to be your husband, right? And to the shame of your mother's nakedness. So your mom is a whore. She was my concubine. And now you're gay. And you're making David gay." Nobody makes anyone gay. They're just gay. For as long as David lives, neither you nor your kingdom shall be established. Now bring me David, because he's going to die. Then Jonathan answered his father, "What for? What for?" But Saul threw the spear at Jonathan to strike him. So Jonathan knew that it was his Jonathan knew, or at that point, Jonathan knew that Saul was about to kill David. So Jonathan rose from the table in fierce anger. Oh, so it was probably like extra. He ate no food on the second day of the month, for he was grieved for David, and because his father had disgraced him. In the morning, Jonathan went out in the field to the appointment with David. With him was a little boy. He said, "Run and find the arrows that I shoot." As the boy ran, he shot beyond him. When the boy came to the place where Jonathan's arrow had fallen, Jonathan cried after the boy and said, "Isn't it beyond you?" And Jonathan called after the boy, "Hurry up, dude, don't be slow." And Jonathan's boy gathered up the arrows and came to his master. But the boy knew nothing. Only Jonathan and David knew the arrangement. Jonathan gave his weapons to the boy and said, Go carry them into the city. As soon as the boy had gone, David rose from beside the stone and did the face thing. He bowed 3 times, and they kissed each other and wept with each other. But David wept more. I bet he did. Then Jonathan said to David, "Go in peace, since both of us have sworn in the name of the Lord. The Lord shall be between me and you and I, and between my descendants and your descendants." He got up and left, and Jonathan went into the city. Oh man, this is so terrible. All right, so we're going to end right there. So please put in the comments. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. Use your kung fu word magic and try to make it not they are gay. And this is proof you guys are hating gay people for no reason. Your king is gay. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever. I was not in the right spot. Anyway, thank you. I love you. Do your chores. Fold your basket of laundry. How much you want to bet this will be here later? Oh my God, I'm terrible. I'm the most horriblest wife ever. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you and have the greatest day ever.